G'day viewers, how you doing? This is the very small beginning railroad. It's much smaller than my usual railroad in this game, and that's just the way it is. I put one together just to make a new tutorial in the new modern methods and features, and for some reason I kept going, and this is day 4, and yeah, we're just doing our thing. And I also changed some streaming settings, both sound and for video quality. That's it, video quality. Because I noticed it wasn't upscaling very well on the TV. So I've made some changes because I know quite a few of my viewers do watch on the TV. So thought it was good to do something for those people. So we're just waiting for some people to get in here. It's 6:05 in the morning, and we are going to be sending this train out shortly on the very small beginning railroad. It only runs from Whittier to Ella. That's it. And I haven't expanded it at all. I haven't bothered. Don't know if I will. I've been thinking about that. Whether I want to keep this going as a going concern or whether this is going to be it. I did try timetables. Those will come out in videos shortly. PAX 1. Come here, little buddy. All right. Now, anything need to go to the interchange? No. Okay. Back here at General 1, who's sitting in here. I've only got 2 locomotives. Not fancy. We've got just 3 cars for the sawmill. That's all we got today. That's not very much. This day won't take very long, I don't think. But that's okay. So, General 1, get on down here and shunt your stuff. And we got stuff that goes to the interchange? We do. We've got 4 going to the interchange there, and we've got 1 over there. How are our logs situation? No, they've all been chewed up, of course. So, but sitting out at Connolly's Creek, we will have a full set of cars just waiting for us to have our heart's content. So there goes General number 1. Hello, Mark B. Hello, Chocky. How are you guys? Let me know what you think the video quality on the stream looks like. It looks great on the tiny preview window, but it always did. So I've bumped it up to 24 megabytes going out, and it's hovering back and forth between 22. I've seen it go up to 27 so far. So we'll just see how this goes. And I'm recording at the same time, which will be interesting because I made day 1 and 2 as a tutorial, and then I made day 3 as how you progress from there. And I should probably put up a day 4 to say how it should go from there, and we'll go from there. How does it sound too, Chucky? And what are you watching on? What resolution are you watching? Because I'm pushing it out in 2K, or it's actually 2.5K officially. So these 3, they're all for the sawmill. It's certainly not a busy day today. So this stream shouldn't take very long. Famous last words, of course. Of course, of course. Mr. Ed is a horse. It's taking the most weird routes through things at the moment. But that's okay. Interesting that Nightbot's active. It's not supposed to go active until 10 people have said something. Nightbot, you are, as usual, being a bit of a clown. You're on 1440p 60. That is what you should see. So if it's looking nice with that, that's good, because that'll help. I know the people who watch on TV tend to watch in varying resolutions. Most of the Americans watch on 1080p. And most everybody else watches on 4K, so we'll see. Mark B says, look good, but watching on a small screen. Yeah, I'll watch it back later on the TV and see what it looks like and sounds like. I have made significant changes to the sound. It turned out my sound issues were actually something I probably did myself. So I replaced my mic. So I got rid of the Rode, and I replaced it with an Elgato mic because I wanted to try out their AI-powered, and it runs on the mic, the AI-powered shit. It doesn't go off to some Chinese cloud somewhere. I wanted to try that out, so I tossed the Rode. And at some point, OBS, through one of its many updates, maybe I did it, or maybe it did it, it took my sound chain from the Wave, took the stream mix, and fed that to the input of the sound chain for the Rode, which meant that it was getting noise reduction and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it was starting to sound kind of terrible. And I think it started doing it about maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. I was just watching back through some old videos because I do that occasionally just to see what sound and video quality is like. And I went, oh, that's really bad. But, you know, life happens, doesn't it? All right, so we can chuck this stuff in over here and then we can shunt out our other things. And of course there's a handbrake on. Not like that ever happens, no. Alrighty, that'll do for him. He can do his thing and get moving. We have got a little passenger train as well, which is tooling around. It's a whole one car. Look at that. And that's been enough so far. That has been enough. Chalky says I could torture myself and stick it on 1440. You could. All right, what do these guys need to do? They're staying here. So, yeah, there's still plenty in there. There's no railway beyond Ella and Whittier. Well, actually there is. Wilmot exists, but you can't get to it. You can't have any contracts at it. So once we get in here, what do we got waiting? 49 waiting to go back the other way. They're not very big passenger runs, clearly. So let's do an inspection and let's tell it we're going to Whittier now. And copy that to all cars, even though there aren't any, just a force of habit thing. And that'll be fine. And let's pop back to our friend Mr. General, because that was not going to do anything for a while. I did try timetables, but they turned out to be a little bit underwhelming. Underwhelming, that's a good word. So I'm not planning a big long stream here. It's not going to be a great 12-hour thing like Railroader usually is, because each day is consuming about an hour so far. And I don't think this one's even going to consume an hour. Because, you know, there's like 3 moves to make. And a passenger train. Oh, sorry, 5 moves. I've got log cars to do as well. And the reason I thought I'd pop up a tutorial is because, yes, there's tutorials around for Railroader. I did one too. But they don't use the modern techniques of AE Waypoint and things like that. So I thought I'd do one that introduced those concepts. And then I thought, you know, I've been wanting to make a small railway for a while. So I have. And I haven't expanded it at all. I have resisted. It's day 4 and I haven't expanded. I'm pretty sure by now, by day 4, I was working on the bridge to Bryson and I'd bought the track to Silver. But all I've done with this one is I've bought a second run of log cars. So Mr. General can push these in and we can set a new waypoint for this fella so he runs back, because they're probably all loaded up by now, I would think. Oh no, they're still doing it. That's fine. It took a little while to get the people off. It does take a while to get people off sometimes. That sounds worse than it's meant to. But that's okay. Wouldn't be me without a crap joke. So how are people this evening? Enjoying yourselves? This random stream? Bit of the old just chatting? I do sometimes wonder if I should put these streams up as just chatting and then play a game. Because, you know, just chatting people tend to get bigger audience. I don't know why. It's always been a bit of a bamboozler, that one. A bamboozler. Weird. What do people get up to for their Easters, if you celebrate such things? And some of you are still in Easter Sunday now. Some are in Easter Monday, like me. Some could be somewhere else. Who knows? Maybe you don't celebrate. What did you do instead? Let me know. You loaded everybody yet? Oh, I think so. I do think so, yes. We can get you on your way. There's no need to make this hard either. None whatsoever. Boink. And boink. Now, what do we got to do here while we're here? Any of this stuff going out? Oh, yes, there's one in the middle going to the interchange. Of course, it's the one in the middle. What about you, Holyfield? No? Can we change any contracts yet? There's an interesting question. So, Holyfield Heating. No, can't change that. Stenzel. No. Sawmill. Nah. Nah. I had heard they changed that and made it you had to stick at one level for a while. All right, so General 1's gotten where it's going, so we may as well go and look at him because the passenger train's boring, and that's okay. So we can hook this up with some air, handbrake off, and let's come and get this one out of here that wants to come out. And let's pick the right one. With only 2 trains, you'd think I'd be able to pick the right one every time, but no, I have failed. Mark B had a quiet weekend. Ours was fairly quiet too, actually. It was did a bit of bathroom reno on Friday, and had some shopping and stuff on Saturday. Went to the home of Paper Furniture. Got some things that I needed to help set up my desk a little better. And I had the family do on Sunday, and today I've pretty much been bumming around. I've done some gardening, done some recordings, done a few videos, popped a bit up on YouTube, played some games, had some fun, looked at a new simulator, a Ukrainian one. I haven't bought it yet. Probably will. Resistance is Futile. I've bought every other train simulator that comes out. Why wouldn't I buy that one? Don't think I'm going to shell out the $300 for the complete total deluxe Wankers edition, but you know what I mean. I might get the first one and see if it's any good. It's the same trains, or at least some of them, it's the same trains that are in that Siberian thing. But this one looks, apparently, is claimed to be an actual driver's simulator. So it's for training. But it's been adapted to the PC for gamers. So we'll see. Apparently it's got multiplayer, which could be interesting. And it's got the ability for an instructor, so sounds like co-op, to set faults and things that you have to deal with as a player, which is a bit interesting. All right, we are going to drag both of these out and then put one of them back. As you do. Meanwhile, the passenger train should have arrived, hasn't? Great. Perfect. Couldn't be better. Excellent. All very good. Oh, that's a nice gondola, actually. It's a nice wooden one. I do like that gondola. So where are we going to chuck this while we're shunting? I reckon we'll just put it here. So put that here, and of course Shift Clunk didn't actually work, so let's get in here and press Shift Clunk again. There we go. Shift Clunk worked that time. So we're back with the 2 tiny little locos because I started a brand new game for this one, which is why it's called the Very Small Beginnings Railroad. Because it is a very small beginning. And I'm still kind of thinking, do I start a parallel game of Railroader, which is just very small, alongside the giant one? And, you know, some days when you feel like playing something small, you play this one. And sometimes when you feel like playing something giant, you play the other one. Could be fun. Chocky has spent the weekend editing and recording. Oh, I saw your question, Chocky, about should you stick to the schedule. Yes, you should, for your own sanity. One of the traps that's very easy to fall into is making too many videos, and you might schedule out, look, I'm going to put aside a couple of days and I'm going to make 10 videos and I'm going to run them over 2 weeks, and then suddenly you go, oh yeah, look, I've got 10 videos, I could just put them all up and make 10 more. Well, you could, and if you're actually just playing and you're recording when you're playing, and you're probably okay, it probably won't matter. But if you're doing other stuff as well, then you'll probably find that you will get a little bit tired, a bit burned out. So I would strongly recommend that you stick to your schedule. Says the guy who rarely does. But, you know, Them's fighting words. So we're already back on the passenger run of the day. So we'll use PAX 1 to do some shunting now. Why not? Come on, little PAX 1. Stop your waypointing. Go over here. What'd you do over there? You just took off like a bunny. Fair enough. Anyway, it'll get over here because we've got to get this one out to go to the interchange. PAX 1 needs coal and water anyway. It hasn't for a little while. Only follow the advice if it seems useful and reasonable to you. Otherwise, ignore it. Feel free. There's not really a wrong answer in this as long as you don't hurt yourself. Right, let's bung this back in over here where it belongs. Channel 1. Gunk. I haven't even given it a good whistle yet. Still got the stock standard shit whistles. If you haven't watched Richie Rail's visit video to the Severn Valley, I encourage you to. It's a very quick one. It's kind of funny. You should jump into that and have a look. It's Richie Rail _ because someone else took Richie Rail before he did. Don't worry, it wasn't me. Decided to keep my channel name, by the way. I was thinking about changing it, and I thought, no, you know, it's built up a bit of a reputation. I can't have TSD. If I could have TSD, it would be worth changing it, but I can't have it because someone else has already got it, even though they're not actually active. So I could wait and camp on it for 18 months while the Google Inactive Account Manager gets them. That'd be worthwhile. So I can keep checking it. Chocky has Richie's video chucked in the watch later playlist. It's worth a quick one. It's only a short video, so it's not too onerous to watch it. And Richie's kind of funny. Clearly had a good day out with some good mates and some acquaintances and some pickatockers. Looked like maybe there was about 20 of them. Although he doesn't introduce anybody. All right, let's leave you doing that. PAX 1, what are you doing? You're accelerating, so you've probably only just gone round the points up at Whittier there. Running through the yard now. So we might as well stay here. I like the rock and roll you get on the cars in this. They had good suspension from the first day in this game. So what are you guys playing? And who's looking forward to Cargo Line? Should point out Railroad has had another update, by the way, and it's getting some more. And Derail Valley now supports Raildriver. I found it so challenging to do the very basic thing of calibration that I thought people are going to need to know how to do this. So I've done a video that sort of fumbles its way through it. Gets it right in the end. All right, you're on the back, and all of you lot need to go into the interchange, which weirdly is it's only these two tracks, this track and this track, I think. So let's just bung it in over here. About there. About there. PAX 1's in. It's doing the deedy. I was going to say doing the deed, and then it came out doing the dirty, and then it joined in doing the deedy. Kind of silly. Wow, that hit suddenly. I knew there was a handbrake on here somewhere. We only want to get... How close are you? Nah. let's not overstep ourselves here. We don't need to get that one out. Wow, voice is gone. Let's put you down here. Still going well, clearly. Chocky says Kogo Line is going to be nice. Skyhook seem to be the only developer that consistently update older DLCs when new stuff releases, which is really good, as 3 routes will benefit from this. Indeed. I did have someone point out that they're actually the same timetable services that are already there, though, which I thought was a bit disappointing. It's not totally disappointing. It's a bit disappointing. I dare say since it's coming out on May the 1st, I'll probably get it this coming Friday, which is a Puppy Billy Day. I'm running the double shuttles for Anzac Day. No, my luck, it'll be hot, because, you know, that's how my luck works. Alrighty, you can pull yourself to a little stop there. General 1's still moving. I don't think it'll roll from there, so I'll put a brake on it. I won't bother. Let's keep an eye on it, though, in case it does roll. Because it hasn't got very far to go to get to a set of points that are set against it. I actually think it is rolling very slowly. Yeah, I think it might be. Oh well. Let's keep an eye on it. Yeah, it definitely is rolling. Just a little bit. Let's put our brake on. Put this other car back. Chocky says the definition of hot in Australia and the UK is totally different. Well, today was a bit hot. It just felt hot in the sun. It was only about, I don't think it got over 20 degrees Celsius, but it was quite hot in the sun. So when I was out doing some gardening, I was getting just a touch cooked. Yeah, that'll do. Kick that. Come on. Open. All right. Stop. Shortest kick ever. And let's go and get onto the back of this. And take it down to the interchange. And let's go and see what the General's doing. He's pretty much done. Good work, General. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you're a tool. Even though you're a tool. Camera angles still go great, as of course. They'll never fix this. And now we want to get the General onto these empty log cars and go and get them. I thought about calling the railway rinse and repeat, because it's kind of what happens. But I didn't. I called it Very Small Beginning instead. This could be nothing, or it could be a grandiose title. Who knows? We'll see. Ah, if you've got an open hose. You do, don't you? There you go. Woo, woo, woo. Hello, Dave Randall. How are you? Mark B says New Zealand stayed at a steady 22 degrees right through Friday night. Yeah, we had a bit of a warm Friday and Saturday nights as well. We didn't really cool down that much. Tonight's supposed to be cold. But we'll see. So we'll use PAX 1 to take that down to the interchange. Doesn't really need coal and water. We'll come back and do another passenger run. By then, the logs should be back. And that would be it for day 4. So the days aren't very big when you don't expand your railway. Each day takes about an hour at the moment. I think the first day took the longest. That's only because I was explaining everything as I did it. Explaining or mansplaining? I'm not sure. Depends on your point of view. That looks pretty, doesn't it? Let's get rid of that. Does look nice in the morning light. Can I do the clunker from here? I can. All right, let's push that down onto the interchange. Has the other one left yet? Should have. No, he's still down there. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll bring this to here. So you can bring yours down to here and we'll just sit. Glad to hear that you're good, Dave. Just getting ready for a day on Train Sim World 5. And why not? I've just been mucking around doing the occasional thing. Nothing particularly productive today. Sam's Trains official. Hello. Man spreading camera angle when? I don't think you need a man spreading camera angle. Just put a camera under the table. Well, I have got a second camera. See? It's on the rail driver. But that doesn't really work in this game, so I don't bother. So I could really shock the universe. Here, watch. What? I don't think we'll do that. I could put one down under the table, but really that's a whole different kind of video entertainment. Train Simulator Driver OnlyFans. Don't laugh. I actually do know a streamer who does gaming OnlyFans. Why are you going down that track? Why? Why? But, yeah, why? Why did you do that? Anyway, that's fine. That's fine. We don't care. It's all good. Yeah, just don't care. Alrighty, let's get these out to where they need to go, which is Connolly L1. The quickest way to do that's blink that. And we are fully loaded and ready to roll. Okay. Oops, almost did the wrong one. General 1, clink. And 4015 will be the first car. Sam's Train said, do it. I was going to upload some Puffing Billy to the hub for a laugh. Why not? Why not? I guess he's just proving that OnlyFans isn't just porn. Patreon used to be full of porn at one point, but they cracked down on it. And they decided that was inappropriate. Right. Delivery done. I'll send you back to your little passenger train because there's nothing else to do here. But we can't do it till this bloke's out of the way, really. There's your coal and water. Lovely. Can you live stream to OnlyFans? I don't know. I don't know. Alright, you head off that way. And we'll give you a little bit of a head start. Actually, why don't we just follow you for a moment? Because once he gets past the points up here, I'll send the other one back to its passenger train. We'll do another run on the passenger train while this one's out doing the log run. I was just saying, bad guy, that someone asked about a different camera angle, and I said, look, I've got one. It's kind of here. Hey. But, and I did say that I know another gaming streamer that actually does upload content to OnlyFans, but it's games, and people watch, and he makes cash. I don't understand it. I don't pretend to understand it, but that's okay. I don't have to understand it, do I? No, Ella is where we're going. Ella! How many people have we got? 41. Almost at the point of buying another passenger car. Could probably afford it. I'd love to have a little a brill or a bud or something like that. That would be awesome. Because that'd be just magnificent. Oh yeah, I was going to put coal and water in you, wasn't I? Completely forgot. Whatever. You've got plenty. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Never miss an opportunity to take water. There we are. Bad Guy says, interesting, I didn't even know you could do that. OnlyFans thought it was just girls posting their sensitive pictures. Well, I think that's probably most of it. And probably got its fair share of blokes too, I imagine. Dealing with the other audience, as you do. Sam says maybe he's using it as an alternative to Patreon, which might make sense given the cut they take from memberships. I believe that is what he's doing, because he did used to use Patreon and he stopped. Hello, Bob's Railway Mandless from England. I am well, thank you, apart from a little bit of cough from long COVID still, but apart from that, going okay. How about yourself? How was your Easter been? What games are you playing? Should you be a game player? This is just a quick stream to test the new stream settings and make sure it works okay. I certainly seem to be pushing out okay at this rate, so it looks all right. I've upped the quality because I was watching a couple of my videos on the TV, because every now and again I just pick random ones and watch them to make sure they sound and look okay, and this one sounded terrible and looked terrible. Sent me on a weekend quest to correct these little issues, so I have. At least I think I have. So I'll listen to some of the stuff that I've done today and watch it on the TV later. Make sure it upscales properly and that sort of thing. So this is really a test stream because I've changed the stream settings as well as the audio settings. Just to try and make it a bit more palatable for people. Ooh, we are full. All right, we will do a double run to Ella and back then. So we need to go to Ella, as you were. And we shall bung that here. Probably is worth buying another passenger carriage. It's about $4,000 to get a passenger carriage, I am pretty sure. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. It's $4,005 for the nice little Pullman like the others. The steel one is $5,805, and a Pullman Palace car is $6,739. So maybe we'll grab one of these. It's only $4,005, so let's grab one of those. So I'm now poor, but that's okay. Bad Guy says it looks great, so whatever you did, keep doing it. Excellent, that makes me happy. Bob's Railway Madness says all is good here. I've been playing Railroads Online, TSW, and Transport Fever 2. I've been wanting to take a look at Railroader, but it's not available for console yet. I don't know if they have plans for console, but they could, because it runs on Unity, and Unity does run fine on consoles. So we'll see. I think it's still officially an early access game, but it's quite mature, but it's getting new features all the time. So I imagine when they calm down on the major feature altering front, they will potentially look at consoles, I would imagine, because it's, you know, it's worth doing for them. It really is. So let's drag these logs out with the empties. That will go fine. They won't capsize or anything like that. This is this one. And dump those there, put the empties back in again, and then go out. Hopefully it sounds better too, because I did sort out my sound issue. Come on, Mr. General, you can pull it. Pull harder, my friend. See, that's for the OnlyFans. Pull harder, pull harder. Just think of the different way you could say things around railways for a different audience. You definitely could. Mark is looking at 1440 and it looks good. Bob says, is it 3 foot or standard gauge? It is narrow gauge, I believe. I imagine 3 foot's probably about right because generally American narrow gauge railways were, generally speaking, either 2 or 3. The bigger ones were 3, and this is fairly big. See how our little passenger train's going. Roaring along, heading out towards Ella. About halfway, I'm guessing. Something in that vicinity. It's quite refreshing running a small railroader, because running the big one does sound, or does take a little bit out of you. Yeah, he's halfway. We're in the 30 zone. Sounds amazing, says Bad Guy. That's good. And the logs on the trucks are nice and girthy. They're very stiff too. Come on, push it in. You know, game, if you could have found a harder way to do that. Bob got my Reverend W. Audrey reference there. Yes. Very interesting person, Reverend W. Audrey. Righto, you can stop there, mate. That'll be fine. Let's whack on a handy. Do the clunker. My other half is clearly grumpy with me streaming because she's just started a stream that she listens to very, very loudly. So I'll be interested to see if that comes through. Bob's Romandra says back in 2002, you got to meet his son, Christopher. That's cool. I got to meet David Moyle's daughter when I went to Bluebell. Is it Bluebell? I think it was, yeah, it was Bluebell. So that was kind of cool. One of the girls from his videos of so long ago, they were both very, very young in those videos, probably under 20. And no, I was in her 40s now, so interesting. I refrain from saying anything dumb like, hey, I met your dad, because, you know, when you watch someone on YouTube, you feel like you've met them, but you didn't really. The passenger has reached its destination at Ella, so I should, in a moment, flick up there. Dave met him. That's cool. All right, I think you can stop there, General. Come on. Come on, General Mischief. Right. Come on, stop. Enough. Ooh, almost popped the hose on that one. And back over here, and let's pop out and do our deed at Ella and get this one on its way. No, it's still unloading people. Look at that. Go for Whittier. How many people are going to go to Whittier? 49. That'll be all right. Then we'll do another run back. Do either of these need picking up yet? Do that on the way and do a mix. They do not need picking up yet. Cedric Coyle Farm Supply was always a bit slow. Let's pop back to the General, who's doing things the hard way again. Oh, maybe not. Lived 4 miles from you, Dave. It's relatively impressive, actually. Bad Guy says, I know the feeling as one person who streams on Facebook, not often, but sometimes, and she doesn't realise it's me, but we actually ended up going to school together before she moved to California. That's kind of cool. I refrained from going to Puff to go and annoy Mark Huber today, otherwise known as Heiss. Thought, just leave it alone. All right, so these are going to go back to the log factory. Is that the right word? Probably not. Whittier Mill R1. So, bunk. It's actually daylight. Wow. Okay. You're probably loaded up by now, I hope. 46, 47, 48, 50, 51. Still loading. I need to go. 7. Wow. Cool. All right. Now before anybody else gets in, we'll do a waypoint. So PAX 1, where are you going? Yeah, woo 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 to you as well. You are going there. Come on. Here. We'll probably have to do one more run because I think there's a bunch of people waiting in here. So we'll probably end up doing one more passenger run. Yeah, there's 38 more waiting there. And the General is racing through the forest now, so we'll sit back and relax and have a bit of a watch of the General. Dave says he got to see you on his model train layout and he signed a book for you. It's cool. I actually helped a person that used to work for me in America get a job in Australia recently. I gave them a reference. They're up in Sydney working dockside. So that was good. And Dave got to see his train layout and he signed a book for you. Is the train layout Sodor? Inquiring minds need to know. Bad Guy says, I haven't told her, though I've figured out it's probably not worth bringing up. Ah, you never know. You never know. You just got to hope it doesn't become creepy. There is someone I follow here on YouTube. She's only got a tiny following on YouTube. Most of her following's on Twitch, but on Twitch she's massive. Like hundreds of thousands, but on YouTube she's got about 50. It's weird. But I actually know her from a previous thing. It wasn't Sodor, says Dave. That's a bummer. If she uses her real name, Bad Guy, you could just mention that you think you went to school together and you knew this person who went to this school or whatever. You vaguely remember someone of that name. You could approach it that way, I guess. Bob's Railway Madness asks, what is the general idea of this game compared to Railroads Online with the gameplay style, etc.? Well, in this one, you don't build the railway. It exists for you. You gradually expand the railway by paying for repairs, because the premise of the game is there was a terrible flood and it wrecked everything. And the railway is decrepit in many areas, and lots of places you can't even get to it. So if I, for example, popped out to Ella, there's a bridge there that's not finished, and you've got to pay to have that built. You can extend the line, and the general idea is you get contracts for various industries in the area where you're playing, and you have to fulfill those contracts by picking up cars from an interchange, delivering cars to an interchange, and there's some industries like this one which are local. So I've got a contract to deliver logs, and I pick them up from a log cutter back down where we just were. So that works out quite nicely. So I'm just the transport for those ones. But as a going railway, I have to own the cars. And it can get really massive, so this is the default small starting point. I haven't expanded it. On my, let's call it my main save, that one, each 12 to 13 hour day takes a realistic 12 to 13 hours to play through, because I've got the whole railroad. I have nearly all the industries. There's a couple I skipped because they're either very hard to shunt or they're boring. And that's quite a lot of work. It's like a job, that one. So I don't know if you were here at the start, but I explained that I started a new one called the Very Small Beginnings Railroad, because I wanted to do a tutorial, because this game has changed so much since it came out, that I wanted to do a tutorial with the modern methods of controlling trains and running the railway. And I thought it was worth doing, so I did. This is the last of the freight moves in this day. So we'll do another passenger run up and back to Ella and back again, and that'll probably be it. And then we'd be going on to day 5. And I'm pretty sure when I started playing this, by day 3, I think I'd started the bridge to Bryson, and by day 5 I'd bought the track down south to Silver. Or actually, I believe it's east, but here's my new passenger carriage for the Very Small Beginnings Railway, and it's not in the corporate colours, but we'll fix that soon. So we might even grab that and take it up to Whittier with this locomotive, because we can, and put it onto the train. Dave Randall has met 2 YouTubers. Yes, one's named Richie and one's named Train Simulator Nova. Sam's Trains official said someone I went to school with had a famous dad. He got investigated for medical malpractice over a bunch of brain surgeries, then fled to Libya. Awkward to say hello. Now ask how the family is. Oh, look, if you got a family connection with a guy, just say it. Because, yeah, you know, people do dumb things in their lives, but if you know them, you know them. It's all right. I've met Mick Gatto. Google him. Interesting character. I've met him twice, actually. Very interesting person. I don't think I'd ever want to meet him in the wrong circumstances. Chocky says, I've met one YouTuber. You looked in the mirror. Fair enough. I am hoping for another ambassadors meet this year, and I'm hoping the world's economy doesn't get any worse and that I can actually go. I think I might put it on the back of this carriage. So we'll set that waypoint there just to force it to go that way. And then we'll bung another waypoint here, and that should work quite well. Our passenger train is here at Whittier. And it's unloading, so let's get it set up to go back to Ella. And because we're going to have another carriage here shortly, let's just run around. So let's put PAX 1 on this end. How's your water going? Oh, you're fine. You can do another run. And let's just put a handy brake on that so it doesn't move. Yes, what could go wrong with the economy? Nothing at all. Oh, you're going a weird way again. That's all right. Bad guy says I won't mention his name because he probably wouldn't want to be mentioned, but I know a guy who was in jail for 30 years for murder. Mr. Mick was engaged in similar practices, shall we say. He's actually quite a nice guy, but, you know, bad guy says he's more of an acquaintance or a friend, so I wouldn't worry too much. I know I don't know if it's reached overseas, but the mushroom killer, I know that person's family. And they're going through a rather challenging time in court cases and things and trying to understand, and terrible, really. But it is a small world, as we all know. As the song says, life's a piece of shit when you think of it. We've got 2 light engine movements going on at the moment, and we want them to meet up. Sam says criminal does not equal a horrible person. I'm a criminal. Fair enough. Well, I've been caught speeding, so I suppose I am too. It's kind of how it works. Sam's train says I retract that. I might be horrible. Well, who knows, mate? Who knows? It's the cool thing about the interweb. You are whatever you want to be, I guess. I wonder if you can do push-pull moves. Maybe we'll just do that for shits and giggles when we put these garages together. Could be worthwhile, couldn't it? Bad Guy says, yeah, a lot of them are, and it only takes 5 minutes of anger to kill someone. Yes, very much. We all have the means in our homes. Bob says, I've always liked the railways that tend to be forgotten, like the humble branch lines and industrial lines. My favourite class of locomotive being the SECR C-Class 060. I do like a little railway, I have to admit, and that's probably because I'm biased, because I work on one. I work on a heritage railway. As a volunteer, I will be there in a few days to run 2 trips. Let's get your brake off, and let's start you moving by doing the usual. Gunk. And we'll pop you around here. I've just been yelled at that dinner's ready, so we'll be finishing this fairly soon. And now let's couple this up to here. We'll do one more run up to Ella and back before I finish the stream. Bad Guy says, being a fit of rage and stuff, it happens. It does. It does. It's very sad to say it does, but it does. Truckee Transport said, if I had to pick a steam loco, I'd say the Little Packet W4. I've never seen one in steam. I have. So there you go. We've got one at Puff. She doesn't run anymore. She is our Thomas and wears the Thomas pyjamas. Come on, where are you? We're running late. Hurry up. Hurry up, General. Come on, General. Here, General. Here, General. No, come down here and watch. It is almost there. But and judging by the track it was on, it went a stupid way. Again, life. So we pork schnitzels, I believe, Truckee Transport. We run Packet with a Thomas suit on. And the occasional kid goes, it hasn't got enough wheels. But these days Packet's sad, and Packet actually hasn't got a boiler because it became decrepit and they took it off to build a new one. It hasn't been built yet. And it's just a shell with a big wooden Thomas suit on top. And Packet blows bubbles at our Thomas shows these days. Now, I don't know if you can do a push-pull, so we're soon going to find out. Bob says, I was a volunteer at a heritage railway himself from October 2016 to November 2021, Peak Rail, which is actually in TSW in BR days before its closure in 1967. It's Peak Forest, isn't it? And yeah, it's good fun working on a heritage railway, so if you get the opportunity, I do encourage people to do it. It can be a little bit hard to get onto the footplate on a heritage railway. So if you go to a really small one, you'll probably find your way onto the footplate quite quickly. If you go to a fairly large one, so ours is run as a tourist operation, there's much training and qualification and stuff. All right, so let's just inspect this, copy our stuff, customize, and copy that to connected cars as well. So we're in the corporate colors, very good. Naturally, they are the same color as my shirt. Of course they are. Although the writing's yellow. The writing should be white, shouldn't it? But anyway, that's fine. So have we got anybody else to take? No. So if I set this one, put it in manual mode, and if I set it, I don't know if they have to be connected together to be multiple units. So we'll find out, won't we? All right, PAX 1 now. So let's set a waypoint at, of course, Ella. We'll take it up to Ella and come back. And we will end the stream there. So So I don't know if you can do this. So we'll find out. It's not looking good so far. Charging the brake line. Is that because this guy's trying to uncharge it? Let's just inspect you. Did you? Oh, you didn't stay cut out. No, you won't stay a multiple unit, but hopefully you'll stay cut out. And then it'll be able to go. Or actually what I could do is disconnect it. No, you won't do it. All right, I'll just send you back. All right then, Pax One, off you go. Go on. Oh, why did I cut you out? Twit. I cut the wrong one out. Oh well, we won't know if you can do push-pull because they're going to pull apart and leave. We can fix that, I suppose. Let's just push them together. I think she will. I think I've got this one cut out too, haven't I? I had two cut out at the same time. All right. Push. Now push. Couple it. Bang. Okay. Cut out. We'll stop you pushing. Leave you in forward gear. And we'll go back to Pax 1, which should be able to do what we want, but it's in manual mode. So, hey, waypoint. And we need to go to Ella. I used to think Ella was so far away when I first started playing this game. But it's not. It's like 2 minutes. All right, let's go. So it's quite happy to drag that one. So if I actually tell this one it's multiple unit now, will it work? Go. No, it's just going to drag it. That's fine. General 1 can drag them back. That's fine indeed. Oh, I see what's happened. These ones aren't connected properly. They have ankle cocks closed. Why am I here? Never mind. Okay. Bob says Peak Forest, the Matlock to Rowsley section. And Bob says I was a signaller, then went on to work on the track as they were building a narrow gauge section at Rowsley South, part of their Ashover Railway Society. That's cool. I've done pretty much everything. I've done working in the shops. I have conducted. I have been a guard. I've been a signalman. I've been a track worker. I've been a track patroller. I'm currently a fireman. And I am hoping to get in through the expression of interest for driver training this year. I'm on the edge of having enough shifts to do it. Right on the edge. So the longer they delay it, the better it is for me. Now we're going to put it out in Feb, but something happened and they decided not to, so they're sitting on their hands at the moment, which is good for me. As our little train heads out to Ella with 66 passengers. So if anyone's thinking of joining your local, either as a volunteer or a member, they often have a financial member, which just helps things to work by providing some cash for the railway to operate. Then, yeah, get into it. Get this out to Ella, and that'll probably be the end of the stream, and behind the scenes I'll send it back to Whittier. and then I'll have some dinner, and I will render the other videos that I've been working on today. They do have good rock and roll on these coaches, don't they? Ooh, that's weird. Certainly weird when that happens. Interesting, in different sunlight, the purple train goes pink too. Also weird. But what are you going to do? One more big corner.
I'm an 8.
That was the other half of letting me know dinner is indeed ready. So we're going to pop around the corner into Ella, and I will end it there. And I'll send it back to Whittier while I eat. There we go, arriving at Ella. So that'll be it for tonight. I think the test has been relatively successful. It's interesting that the train now has the brakes on. Why would that happen, given they're not actually hooked up properly? That's really weird. Bug. Little bug. But that's all right. She's running pretty well, and the stream sounds like people are happy with the quality of the stream. I'm hoping it will upsize better or upscale better, because it was certainly struggling watching it on a 4K TV. So I don't push out in 4K, I push out in 2K, but I was hoping it'd be a bit better than that. But anyway, enjoy yourselves, and thank you very much for joining in, and good chat as always. So have fun, folks, and we shall see you next time. Bye now.
We played a game.